I want to discuss with you ovulation of a woman. That means the production of egg. Not only for a woman to produce egg, but rather to produce egg and for that egg to be good for what sperm can fertilize. That is ovulation. But what majority of women understand is I produce egg. That's what they call ovulation. No. If you are talking about I produce egg, what about the case of PCOS? You produce egg too in PCOS. It's only the egg will not release. So when we are talking about ovulation, we are talking about you releasing egg that is good for sperm to fertilize. Then, how do you know that you ovulate? Majority of us, there are different methods that we employ to find out whether you ovulate or not. Let's talk about one or two methods. One is you do what we call calendar method, whereby you count. You get a point. You say, this is the time I ovulate. You start having sex with your husband. Let me break it down. If your cycle is 28 days, when you count from the first day you see your menstrual period to the 10th day, from 10th day to the 14th day, that is pre-ovulation time. From that 14 days to about 16, 17, that is post-ovulation time. The reference day of your ovulation is that day 14, if your cycle is 28 days. But let me tell you for sure that there is no way you can know that you ovulate unless you do a test, and that test that can confirm that you ovulate is follicular tracking. Some of you based on your body temperature, the cervical mucus, and the way my body changes, I want to ovulate, my mood changes. This is not a good way to confirm that you ovulate, but it's a sign or something that can tell you that you're on your fertile period. Ovulation means you know the point that the egg leaves your ovary to your fallopian tubes, and the only way you could know is by running follicular tracking. Because if you go for 10 days, they saw the size of the egg. You go for 12 days, you go for 14 days. That is when they can confirm to you that the egg we saw yesterday or before yesterday, now we are not seeing the egg again. That means, okay, like yesterday I have ovulated. But if you are using cervical mucus or you are using calendar, I can confirm to you that as at the time you think you've ovulated, the egg may still be in your body, or the egg might have not even dropped at that time. So if any one of you want to measure your time, want to know the time you ovulate, go for follicular tracking. There's another one we people, you will call it LH search, whereby you do urine. It's a strip. You'll be doing urine from 10th day. You'll be checking your urine with that strip. Anytime you see bright color, you know that yes, it's like I've ovulated. I agree with anybody professionally that when a woman wants to release egg, that's what we call LH search. That means the LH short produce above normal. Then that one will trigger the egg to come down from your ovary. But if you want to know the time you're supposed to sleep with your husband, and you want the exact time the egg drops in your body to your fallopian tube, the surest way for you to confirm your ovulation is follicular tracking. All those ones you are thinking, okay, let me tell you something. Do you know that a woman that is sexually active and the libido is very high, you always see that cervical mucus that you are talking about ovulation. And I want to tell you that to see cervical mucus does not mean you release your egg. It is an indices of you are in your fertile period. It's not a factor that you've released the egg. So whether you see cervical mucus, it does not mean you are not ovulating. If you do not see it, does not mean you do not ovulating. The most important thing is you are in your fertile period for you to see that cervical mucus. As far as I'm concerned, as a fertility scientist, this is evidence-based practice. Don't use cervical mucus to start sleeping with your husband, because if you use cervical mucus to start sleeping with your husband, then yes, my ovulation is now. If your husband have a low sperm count, By the time you sleep for 1 or 2 days, by the time the egg will drop, nothing comes out of your husband again. That's what you don't know. And for some of you that you know that your husband have a relatively low sperm count, do follicular tracking. Some of you read online, sleep every other day. Some of you, your husband is sleeping with you every other day. By the time you get to the time egg supposed to drop inside you, the sperm has finished. I can confirm to you. Because the sperm has been wasted as at the time there is no egg in your body. I'm telling you, for you to actually monitor your ovulation, go for follicular tracking. Start from 10th day. Whether somebody give you ovulation induction like Clomid, like injectable or injection or tablet, start follicular tracking at 10 day. Do 12 day, do 14 day, do 16 days. But if your cycle is 28 days and somebody is still telling you you ovulate at 16, 17, 18 days, it's already late. Don't stress yourself. That means you are ovulating at the wrong time of your menstrual cycle. As at that time, your body is already preparing for literal phase. So the ovulation of about 28 days cycles will be between 14 days, latest 16 days sharp. That is the best result. Now at times, I see some results, fertility center or scan center will still be running follicular tracking for patients around 17, 18 days. No. For that month, the egg is releasing very late. I want to tell you, the best way to check is do follicular tracking. Then you can now go ahead and do blood to confirm whether you ovulate or not. You see, I see some results from professionals when a woman did a progesterone test close to their 14 days, they will now report ovulatory cycle. Progesterone is not a test you do to confirm anybody ovulates. Please. It's just an indicator that at that point in time, the ovary is producing a right progesterone level for implantation to take place. Then reporting that progesterone is normal, ovulatory cycle, is very wrong. Progesterone cannot be the indices of ovulation in any woman. It's just a test for you to know that at that point in time, the ovary is performing its job to produce the right progesterone for implantation to take place in 21 days. And if you are doing 14 days progesterone alone, or you are doing 21st day progesterone alone, it's very wrong. You must do the two to confirm that implantation will take place, or the womb of every woman that is doing that test is preparing for luteal phase. 21st day progesterone must be good and higher than 14 days progesterone. If you do any of these, when a woman is not on treatment, it has no clinical value. A woman must be on treatment before you go for 14 days and 21st day. So if any professional is checking a woman whether it's ovulating or not, and you are doing 14-day progesterone or 24-day progesterone as a test to investigate infertility, it is in wrong direction. The two results need to be compared, 14 and 21st day. 14 days alone has no clinical value. 21st day alone has no clinical utilities. So that is why the two must be done. But the one I'm talking today is ovulation. So if you have a result of 14-day projection and somebody is reporting ovulatory cycle, no. Let's go and do follicular tracking. Let them confirm. Let them see the size of the egg. Because if your ovary is performing very well, then you must have at least increase in the follicular maturation 2 mm per 24 hours, which means if you go for 10 days, by the time you go for 12 days, whatever size of the egg you are reporting, if your ovary is doing very well, it must at least increase minimum of 2 mm per 24 hours. This is the way you can try to know whether you ovulate or not. Cervical mucus is not an indice, it's not a measure of ovulation. It's just a sign to tell you that you are in your fertile period. A woman can ovulate very well without cervical mucus. A woman can have cervical mucus without being ovulatory somebody. This is what you need to know. My name is Wojo Adekande, sir.